Hello, beautiful souls. I am Valeria Maritza at Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. Happy New Year. I am so excited to be here. I am bringing you one of the ways that I have been shown how to teach you how to manifest, how to give you a tool, another tool yet. Again, I have given this tool in the last 2 Januaries so that you guys can put into action what it is that you want to manifest, what it is that you want to create in your life right now. So, one of the things that I have been teaching you guys to do is to create a list of things that you want to do. You write this list on the present as the I am. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am love. I am anything else you want. I am traveling the world. And you do this list of at least 100 things. And then you read this list every day, maybe twice a day, maybe in the morning, maybe in the evening. You read it twice a day and you give it a lot of energy. And then you revise it. You revise this list. I'm going really quickly because I have given this exact method previously. So I'm just going to go through this really quickly, but then I'm going to go and give you what I've been receiving for now. But anyway, so then you repeat the sentences and then you revise it. So sometimes you catch that you have written a present statement in the negative instead of the positive, such as, I don't want to be sick, which is the negative, and instead you want to revise it to, I am always healthy or I am healthy. And so you revise it. And then sometimes you also start feeling that what you wrote at the beginning no longer resonates with you because you're going to start shifting so quickly, especially this year. You're going to shift so quickly from one week to the next. You're going to feel like you're a new person, especially if you're doing the work. And the work is doing your meditations, your visualizations, your inner work, right? Shadow work, whichever thing that is calling you to lean into, that is the work, right? So you're going to be shifting so quickly that it's going to feel like from one week to the next, like it's been more like a month or maybe a month and a half or 2 months even. Like, wow, so much has shifted, so much has changed. And this is why your list of 100 things or more will also shift and change, right? When you can start writing your list now, today, and you can say, for example, let's say it's about business. Let's say you want to do goals about a certain amount of clientele or a certain amount of cities that you're going to be traveling or a certain amount of places you're going to be going or a certain amount of money you're going to be able to receive. And you might write this. And then next week when you're saying this, when you're reading your list, you're going to realize that it's not really what you want because you're going to get the download of like, oh, wait a second, I actually don't want to travel to all of these cities. Maybe I want to travel longer to less places. And then you're going to revise it, right? Or maybe you don't want, let's say you're really having a high goals of, let's say I want 100 new clients, and then you're like, wait a second, where am I going to fit them? How am I going to do this, right? And then you start like thinking back of like, do I actually really want that, or like, what is it that I really want? You're going to start revising your story and your list. So, okay, that is one way. I have talked about this before. You can find the videos on my YouTube channel as well. But for this year right now, they have been coming down really specific with the number 3. And this means 3 days, 3 times a day, repeating it 3 times, maybe writing 3 different things. So it's all about the repetition of the number 3. I am not sure why the number 3. I'm not asking. I am just giving you the channeling that I'm receiving. But what it looks like is for a meditative state of 3 minutes, for you to hold that meditative state for 3 minutes, 3 times a day. And while you're doing this, you are envisioning, feeling into what it feels like to already have 3 things that you are choosing to put your energy on. So, like, you can have a list of 100 things that you want to envision and have those goals and repeat them and manifest and all that. But for this other one, choose 3 things that are really important to you, right? Really, really like, okay, you know what? All those other things I can do without right now, or it would be great if I could do those. But these three are really something that I want a shift right now, right? So it could be perhaps a better relationship, or a partner, or a job, or a new job, or creating more wealth so that you have flow and access to give and to live an easier life. Maybe it could be a new car. Let's say you don't have one, right? Maybe it's your health. Maybe you really want to get healthy this year. And that's a big one for this year as well. So I'm feeling that a lot of you are going to have that as one of your three things. So you want to write a statement, right? And you want to write the statement in the right now, right? I am, let's pick three of them, right? Let's say I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am love, right? And these are just coming up for me like at the top of my head as like anything. And of course, you're going to choose whatever resonates with you. And then you write this down. And when you write the first one, you begin to envision what does it feel like to already have this. So if you're saying, I am love, well, what does it feel like to be love? Well, what would my day be like if I was love? How would I act and or react, or um, what kind of things would come out of my mouth? How would I look at people and at things and that are happening around if I was love? And then you begin to envision that, right? So you can really feel it, understand it from the inside out. And then you do the next one, right? I am healthy. How would I feel if I was healthy? What would it feel like to be healthy? What things would I do if I was healthy? What kind of foods would I be eating if I was healthy? What kind of things would I engage in if I was healthy? Right? And so you begin to think of all of these things and envision yourself already doing them. And then the next one, right? And so for each one, it's about a minute that you take of your time of focusing and envisioning and feeling what it's like to be that thing that you want, or to already have that thing that you are wanting to have, or to already be in the place that you want to be. And then you let it go. So it's 3 minutes. That's it, right? And then you do this 3 times a day. And then you do this for 3 days in a row. So that's what's coming up, right? So you do this for just 3 days, and it's easy, okay, because you're like, okay, well, it's only 3 minutes. So I can take 3 minutes, right? And then, but 3 times a day, well, it's really 3 minutes, right? So then you find another time in the day and you carve out 3 minutes. It could be while you're in the shower, it could be while you're going to the bathroom, it could be while you're brushing your teeth, right? And you can do this mentally when you are thinking, envisioning, and feeling what it is to have these things. So it's three things: feeling, being what each thing is, each one for 1 minute. So it's 3 minutes together, and you do this 3 times in one day, and you do it for 3 days in a row. And then you let it go. You let it go. You can continue any other work that you're doing: meditation, manifestation, reading your list, making a list, whatever else you're doing. You let it go. And then when you get the feeling of like, oh, I want to do that again, then you do it again, right? Because it's going to come back. It's like a cycle. It's going to come back. So maybe you're doing this and you're repeating this like once a week. Maybe you're repeating this 3 times in a month, right? Maybe you're doing the 3 days 3 times in 1 month, right? So like every 10 days or something like that. And you keep doing that until you actually see it appear, until you actually see it happen for you. The other thing that's showing up for us to do this year, in terms of manifestation and creating the life you want, is again to take this 3 minute thing to just meditate and connect. Like, now, this is different than the first one I just talked about. This is just breathing. Breathe in and out for 3 minutes, 3 times a day. This is every day. But the difference here is that you're not visualizing anything, you're not thinking of anything, you're not intending anything. The only thing you're doing here is breathing and focusing on your breath. For example, I'm focusing on my breath going in, and I'm focusing on my breath going out. And I do this, and that's all I'm focusing on. I'm just following the breath in and out. So that it forces you to be in the present moment for those 3 minutes. And if you can do that for 3 minutes every single day, that's already you're going to be ahead of the game, ahead of everyone else who's not doing any work. Now, if you can do that for 3 minutes, 3 times a day, then you're really going to see so much um, advancement, connection, and faster results because you are connecting with that energy of your higher self 3 times a day. So when we meditate, or we have a massage, or we integrate in some yoga class or some tai chi or anything that is connecting your body and mind together, we feel amazing. And that carries on for a couple of hours. But then if something happens in our lives, like everyday life, it pushes that back together to being back in the middle of the density of life. Oh, this happened. Oh, this person is sick. Oh, I don't have any money. Whatever it is that is your struggle, you're back in that moment, and you forget the bliss that you had while you were meditating or engaging in that yoga class or doing the work. So when that happens, if you're able to take 3 minutes and connect your breath, just to 3 minutes of breath, at that time, it brings you back to connecting to yourself and realizing and remembering that you're not just this body with these problems or this life that you're living. You are actually an infinite being, and you are connected to all. You are one with everything. You are beautiful, amazing, loving. You are the part of the creator, right? So you have all of those gifts, all of that flow, all of that power of being an infinite being of light. You're not just the body. And then you remember that. And when you remember that, you make that connection subconsciously, then you bring peace and ease to your life in the moment because you have that connection of remembering that you are one with all, that you're not separate, that you're not this separate body that is just experiencing life here, that you are in fact connected to all and the divine light. So that's the power of connecting your mind through the breath, through the meditation, throughout the day. So if you can do 3 minutes a day of meditation, of connecting your breath 3 times a day throughout the day, then you're really going to bring yourself back. And then the more you do it, the longer you will be able to remain in this state of connection. The longer that you're going to be able to feel that sense of bliss, the easier it will be for you to remember and be aware of what's happening around you, and remembering that things are not happening to you, but they're happening for you. And the easier it will be for you to understand that, oh, okay, this was not something I was wanted to manifest, but okay, why did this show up in my life? What is this teaching me or showing me? What is it? What's the message that I'm supposed to receive here in this moment that is going to bring me greater joy, peace, and love? Why did this show up? Right? Why did this show up? This is terrible. It's horrible. Okay. It's not terrible and horrible, really. If I can see beyond it, if I can see myself already on the other side, having having already learned whatever lesson was there, right? So yeah, kind of going in little tangents here, but it just feels like the energy is moving in that direction of learning, of growing, of expansion. And the biggest one here is the energy of allowance. And that is allowing yourself to be led, allowing yourself to be brought to the next side, allowing yourself to be shown the next path, not forcing it, not going against the grain, but allowing yourself to be led. Okay, this happened. Where is this taking me? Oh, it's taking me there. And then because of that other thing that happened, now I got this great thing that I actually wanted. Wow, if that bad thing back there hadn't happened, maybe I wouldn't have met this person who took me to this thing for this to have happened. I'm being very evasive here because I want you to feel in your things, right? Like, what is it that you really want that you might receive or come upon if you got thrown off your path? Because as humans, we are very stubborn. I know I'm very stubborn. I'm a Taurus. Um, we're very stubborn and we're like, okay, this is the way it's going to be. It has to be this way. That's the only way. And the universe is going, no, there's 1,000 ways you can get the results that you want. Here, get off that path. Come this way. Ooh, that hurt. Yeah, but look, here's the path. Oh, okay. There we go. I understand now. Does that make sense? Okay. So this is what's coming through really clearly. I'm going to repeat it because I just want to make sure that you guys get it. Okay. Um, pick three things that are really important that you would like to manifest. Write a sentence about what it is. I am in the present. I am fill in the blank. And then for each one, spend about a minute visualizing and feeling what it would feel like to already have it, to already be it, to already be there. Okay, for each one. And then that's it. It's 3 minutes. Then you repeat that 3 times during the day for 3 days in a row. And then you let it go. And you just let the universe bring all the things to you and do the organizing as the universe knows how to do, which is a much easier, better way than any human can even come up with. Okay, and then if it's not there yet and you feel like, okay, I'm going to do this again, then you do it again, right? So if you feel like doing it every week, you do it every week. If you a couple of times a month, a couple of times a month, maybe once a month. It depends on how you feel when you feel about it, like, or you think about it. Oh, I haven't done that. Oh, I would like to do that again. Then you do it. There is no right or wrong. There is no I have to do it again. There are no haves. It's just what you feel. If you feel like doing it, then you do it. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's number one, to manifest in three specific things 3 times a day for 3 days in a row. And the other is just to connect, just to connect your mind and body all together, your soul and your heart all together into one, so that you can connect to your higher self or to your own divinity or to God or to the light or whomever it is that you work with. And remember who you truly are. Remember why you're here, why you came here. Remember these things. And that is just focusing on the breath for about 3 minutes, 3 times a day, every single day. And if you only get to do it for 3 minutes every single day, just one time for 3 minutes, that is a lot. Because how many people who haven't done any type of meditation or work, how many people who haven't done any of that, if they started doing this for 3 minutes a day every single day, would get so much ahead, so much lighter, just because they're doing this consistently. It's 3 minutes, people, just 3 minutes. You can put a timer on your phone and just do it. You can do it in the shower, when you brush your teeth, when you go to the bathroom, anywhere that you feel like, okay, I have peace, there's nobody here bothering me, right? Like, I can do this for 3 minutes, just do it. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple of things. If you are having a lot of resistance from your ego, but you're here, you're listening to this, therefore you're ready to do it, right? But if you share this with somebody else, and you might see this because I have seen this, and you tell somebody, okay, do this for 3 minutes a day, put a timer on your phone, right? You're going to hear excuses like, I couldn't do it because, and you're going to hear so many excuses. It's 3 minutes. It's not 30 minutes. It's 3 minutes. You can do it, right? They can do it. I had somebody tell me about a week ago. I told them, because this was coming up already, so I just shared it with her, and I told her this. And then 3 days later, I asked her, and she hadn't done any. And she goes, I haven't been able to because, and here's an excuse, and I'm going to share it with you because, first of all, she said it was okay, but second of all, because you're going to laugh at how the ego convinces us not to do the work. She said, my phone only has a 5-minute timer. I cannot figure out how to do anything less than 5 minutes. And so I haven't been able to do the 3-minute meditation because my phone only has a 5-minute timer. Do you hear that? Do you hear that part? It's like any little thing that is not word for word what I said will give an excuse not to do it. And so, why am I explaining this to you? Because people do this when you're not ready, when your ego's interfering, you're going to have a lot of excuses that sound like this, right? And it's just so that you don't connect, so that you don't remember, so that you don't get closer to getting the truth about who you are. So, if you encounter someone like that, or if that is you, remember it's only 3 minutes. You can put a timer for 5 minutes and get up earlier. And with that, I'll let you go and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.